Hello and welcome back to Building a Better Britain. My name is Umar Hanif and I'm going to give you a very quick overview as we head into what could be one of the most pivotal US presidential elections in modern history. Now, as the US citizens head to the polls in the next day or so, I just want to review some of the pledges that both Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Donald Trump have announced, which could impact investment globally, but particularly into and out of the United Kingdom. Now, first of all, Kamala Harris has made it very clear that she's all about forming international alliances and strengthening global relationships and encouraging flows both in and out of the US, which is great for the UK. And Donald Trump, based on his promises in this election and how he behaved whilst president a few years ago, he was very much around that protectionist sort of view about protecting investment into the US first, more of an inward look as opposed to Kamala Harris's outward look. And that could have a knock-on impact on both organisations looking to move away from the US as a result of that, or also some of the bigger corporates within the US favouring that for businesses that work domestically across the country. Tax policies are a big one as well. So corporation tax, or corporate tax as it's known as in the US, is currently 21%. And Kamala Harris has indicated that that would likely be increased to 28%, which could result in businesses moving away from the US and increasing FDI, for example, foreign direct investment, into the UK, where it's a more stable tax environment. And the Prime Minister in the UK has announced that there's going to be a cap on corporation tax for the duration of this Parliament. So the UK does look like a more favourable environment from a tax point of view in that regard. Whereas Donald Trump is looking at going from 21% to 15%. So if he gets in, it could well encourage people to move away from the UK and Europe and into the US for the same reason, for more favourable tax purposes as well. So that could reduce foreign direct investment and capital investment into the UK. We need to watch that and see what comes of that. And I guess from a regulatory and financial markets perspective, I know that Kamala Harris is all about stringent regulations when it comes to the US environment. Institutions may therefore wish to diversify their portfolios globally and invest in the UK markets, European markets, and indeed, Asia Pacific and much further afield. Whereas Donald Trump, as an ultra high net worth individual in his own right, is looking about deregulating financial markets, which could lead potentially to a decrease in portfolio investments in the UK. So you couldn't have two opposing views, any further apart from two presidential candidates. And I think the next sort of day or so is going to be really interesting. So watch this space.